voices screaming for you to speak real. Come feel the hollow craters beating through the lungs, calling out real.
I look cool, calm, collected, and smooth. A temperature, I will give you the chills. I'm a little bit more than a dime plus 9. I am diverse, yet plural. But check it, I'm DollaBillz.
Time only shields, doesn't erase. In that case, every moment is treacherous. Dangerous of perverting the present. This, right here, is ridiculous.
Lies put out fires because once things are put down to the wire, the differences show between the desires of the sinkers and the writers.
Chilling with the lines I love to give life to. Mama always said I had a story to tell. Live in tune with the city, the heart and times I write to. But sharing is a given, I figure, what the hell? Harder than the times is giving into anguish, working hard to keep everyone out of the shell. As important as the message is what we call the language, but I don't have a preference, just call me Andrielle.
For score and a second start of a hardcore betrayal, two-faced carapace of black magic. Bitter melon juice, blood thirsting for more. Sanity misplaced by RandomizedLogic.
Your explanation a bit unclear when we're face to face. Your lines detected, mind scribbles the lines I'm near the unraveled truth. I'm 7th spectrum.
I'm the main ingredient, like a broth in your soup. My words bring brain scatters like light behind a coop. Whether it's fact or fiction, don't be calling for you to lose. Just keep up a switch shot like a basketball hoop. Betrayal is a straight bullet aimed at the front scoop, but trust is like your mother's breath and the heart of the scoop.
Hear the ocean waves crash in the air. Jump into the sea garden of human power. Feel the mist and grass in your hair. Sip on the blossom I call an ocean flower. Woo! Do you know what it's like to betray the one you love? I do. Stab, stab, cut, cut, trickle down warm, comforting blood. Beat him, stabbed him, nailed him, speared him, spit on him, I did! 3 times the rooster crowed and I crowed. Choked on words, sin, fell. Like Judas, I decided to hang myself. Hell was inside of me. Lucifer laughed with me. Devils danced beside me. But he loved me anyways, and that killed. Hung on a cross. I'm wretched, I'm wretched. Did more than jump in front of the train for ya. Rose again for ya. Why did I do this to you, Jesus? I'm sorry. Here's my heart. Please take it. I'm yours. Lord, forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm redeemed by your blood, everlasting love.
In the dim solitude of one high room, amid cold fans and hot projector reels, I watch the many frames of our love play. Dancing image on mounted screen, I watch you, and I see myself, slow breathing and smiling and telling lies sometimes. I see me constructing the palette that would someday be the vessel of our forbidden fruit. I see me filling your head with the promises of what was to come, but only sometimes on purpose. Other times, I made you a dreamer by accident. I built for you a pillar of complacency. I stood beneath that, lifted, held it, and then became overwhelmed by your weight. Then I was surprised at my necessity. In hindsight, I blamed you more than I should have. I should not even blamed you at all, but that is the beauty of this cinema. Time capsule, ironic, foreshadowed world, replaying moments forgotten in their supposed insignificance. I cry, realizing the tambourine I am. I beg for closeness to find completion, the way a tambourine begs to be touched. Sitting in the misery of waiting, wanting for fingers to meet its brass being, wanting for flesh to lift and to hold and to shake so it can be a tambourine for real. I clung to you. I made you love me. And when all the music of the shaking me and making me became too much for me to handle, I got scared. I got sacred. And everything about me was only meant for me then, and not to be shared with anyone. heartstrings, playing hide and go tap the tree of love, what happened to simplicity? Reeling film strips curled to reveal time gone, moving reflection of a simpler time, tell me. Why were things not simple at all? This place was vastly contradictory, where we were both familiar and strange, where butterflies ran its face inside of us, where subtle skin brushes were orgasmic, where physicality had its limits, and kisses were premeditated acts, but we spoke openly about secret wishes to deepen our kisses and explore the south moans with open mouth. And this place only half truths are ever spoken, where we are selfish in our selflessness and cover up our hard to love pieces to emphasize each other's perfection. We were tailors of an impossible fabric. Looking at these days, it's hard to decide. Had I built a love story or a lie? Looking at these days, it's hard to decide. Had I built a love story or a lie? We were makers of false simplicity, but loved each other as much as our world and dreamed but never knew just how much it could burn at the hands of reality and of time and of distance. But we happened fast. Funny how we met our fates running in exactly the opposite direction. Attempting to make our plot long and winding and slow, but love has twists. It climaxes unexpectedly, and we had to learn this the hardest ways. We had to learn how to make any sense. And retrospect, everything is vital. This cinema verite is perfect, the way it captures our real natural selves, showing me our mistakes, reminding me that we are not yesterday. I see a scene now I love more than most. You and I driving, getting lost somewhere. Times like these were always my favorite. These times where I was most glad I had you. The hiss and rumble of freeway sounds would fade inaudibly at hands meeting you. Smile that way that made me happy, I knew you did. Camera pans to a close-up of skin. Watch how hearts beat faster at the thought of the things unspoken. But motion picture, remind me of the rest. I was stuck in the middle of it all. I was stuck in the middle of it all. I had fought for you, played for you, laughed and smiled for you, but one thing I wasn't able to do was find justice and crying over us. Time came where I wanted more than you had and thought more about where I thought I wanted to be than where I was. I was willing to let you go in order to grow, and really to enable my selfishness. My inexperience pushed me to search for things outside of you. It was me predicting the ending. But the problem with prediction lies solely in the fact that only time will tell everything. We were children in an amusement park in the beginning, begging for the thrill. But now we are cleaning the puke that came from too much spinning. Children have parents to comfort them, and we have always only had each other. And I can't tell you everything, but that problem is mine alone to fix. And I will have to go about the business of answering questions I ask myself. This movie needs time to finish. Damn it. Yeah.
I used to surprise you just to see you, and that smile that I would bring you. In my heart, I felt this love to be true, but now it hurts not to know you. Especially when I think of all the ways I would plan my route to see you. A lot of time invested, countless days, from the rain-filled clouds to the sky blue. I felt like I was a part of your world. I nearly lived beside you, but when the truth unfurled, I couldn't believe what is true. How do you fix feeling replaced? A void embracing empty space that I've simply become erased. Finally cracked hearts crumble, leaving no trace. Feeling like I lost all the time spent, I thought we were established and then went our separate ways for countless days. Some dreams I awakened in a haze. Wandering with a collapsed mindset, at least a gamble has a sure bet. I thought we were ready, like get set. Unfortunately, pain coupled with regret. I should have seen it like a psychic, but you know I'd rather see a winning lotto ticket, because this with you I would never expect. What started with trust, lost respect. I should have seen it coming. Back in time I should be running. My power should stand for something. How to use them, I'm still wondering. Now I am quite used to your no reply. Should I just assume a silent goodbye? But it's not so silent for me to cry. A heart broke. You and your other guy.
Dearly beloved,
And you sit there, sipping your sweet caramel macchiato, double shot, whipped cream, chocolate sprinkles. Chit-chatting with your friend, sitting at your table, your chair, the altar I first saw you on. Adoring you from afar, wishing and hoping that when we randomly make eye contact, your eyes will make contact with your heart and let me in to sip our caffeinated beverages together as we sit there.
to have and to hold from this day forward.
And just sit there. B flats and C sharps playing in the background, slurping our soup in syncopated switch-offs between ketchup or mustard and puppies or kittens. Straight smitten like we've known each other indefinitely, definitely defining our unnatural acquaintance. Zoning out, selective hearing, zoning in, souls nearing a quintessential mosaic moment. Solitude from the world's spinning underpinnings together as we sit there.
For better or worse.
And just sit there, stomping your feet with the cutest frustration, aggravation, hesitation on my part to deliver what you want. Apologetic begging for forgetting what 4 days ago you wrote in my day planner after a hat trick of, "I'm sorry, babes," matched with flowers and candies for not knowing the exact hour. And I can only smile. Goodness, you're cute. And then I admit that I'm in the wrong and that you're always right, and then you pat my head and then slap my face together as we sit there.
For richer or poor.
And just sit there. Reservation for two or tickets to the game. Your ingenuity put both choices to shame as your wit brought the blanket and the candles were lit, hand in hand in front of the fireplace, roaring up from within to our special moment of eating pizza and not worrying. Inspired by the music in the background as our foreground becomes our arena, occupied by the only two souls on earth tonight, together as we sit here.
In sickness and in health.
But you sit here, inches away from me in this hollow metal box, tears bringing sanity to the moment, hanging in the balance, breathing slowly as life flashes, thinking back to how we never planned it, anticipating the next new year, month, week, day, minute, second closer to our last few moments of peace, moving in and out of unconsciousness into a consciousness of the promises we made, together as we sit there.
For as long as you both shall live.
But you sit there, bruised and bloodied hands in your lap, reminiscing over the last thing you saw before that bright light to your right dazed you, forbade you from seeing me fly through that window, onto the pavement, onto the path, to betraying that one promise of never doing that one thing I said I would never do to you. Until that flat line before you, together as we sit here.
Do you take?
I did.
I love to fight in my dreams today. Run off on the blatant sounds of banging drums and snares, military
better than I am? Is it the richness of my skin, my soul breaking out from within, or your kicks to my shins? Is it the roll of my R's, calloused hands, and work scars, or my journey under the stars? Is it the shelves up too high, the crazy way that I drive, or the length of my spitting eye? Is it the things I can't see, the words you can't get out of me, or the wheels that I use to be free? No. It's your glossed over eyes made numb by the chastising lies, leaving you cross-eyed. Tunnel vision on the crosses you pin us to, nailed down by the crossing of the T's and the dotting of the I's, making up the words you use against us, spread across this land of opportunities, stripped from our grasps, grasping at straws to breathe the air that you breathe, from under the water you hold above us, as we thirst to be just like you, but not like you. See, we have the right to make right the wrongs you wrongly cast upon us. Lowering our social network caste status, your system set by Big Brother, superiority blast at us. After the trust we incorporated into this social crust you baked us into, cookie cutter formed, kamikaze pawns, your corner store pawn shop palms off when necessary, easily made unnecessary. In the pawns and nerve endings moving us to this tacky love lust movie ending, unless we work your fields or make you money. Land of milk and honey? Maybe so, but in the minor leagues, I get stale peanuts. And yes, I'm still hungry. Peanuts. Peanuts.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Before we continue on with the show, this piece right here is going to be an audience participation piece. So I need you guys to clap. So for example, no, one clap. Different directions. I'm not a professor here. I'm sorry. Try one more time. One more time. So I finally decided to hit up this girl that was filming me back in high school. And no, I don't care if it was a booty call, so call me a player. But on some real talk, who's getting played in this situation? And really, worst thing that could happen is if we do it without a rubber. What's that? You only do it raw. You're on the pill. And you got checked last month. What was once a 1 hour catch-up conversation became a 1 minute of Q&A, which then became a last second decision. But what is a dude supposed to do when it's been months since he's had some, well, you know what I'm trying to get at. Lust. Substitutes whatever complement that truth is lacking from this equation. And as I'm reliving dreams of a high school teenage kid about to get it on with this female, I probably wouldn't even care if the girl looked bad. Especially if I'm half thinking without my mind, my eyes on her prize, and so I'm at her neck and collarbone, trying to unlock her chest that any virgin would dare dream to see. I'm caught in a scenario where I have this female fully engaged to the point where I don't want to disappoint her. Whether it be me pulling away, me just being a tease, or me delivering an underwhelmed performance. What is it with men these days? Since when have we removed the gesso from our titles as men? It seems that we are on the adventures of getting the good, rather than taking the journey of finding our better halves that make us great. It seems that we are too good to take things slow and savor moments that any helpless romantic would dare dream to see, that we are too full of ourselves to front like we know exactly what we are doing and what our consequences are. But like I said, I'm caught in the scenario as I've gotten her to remove a piece of clothing. And as she did, I probably removed my piece of knowing how stupid this scenario will look in front of my friends, family, and any unexpected child of mine. And now she's fully stripped. as any wise thoughts of my mind are as well. So I enter into the dimension of her frame, and dear Lord, have I missed this feeling? I start out slow, just to see if I can maintain my posture and have it going fast. Because let's face it, all females really do love it fast. But my posture is in the mode of having second thoughts, and what in God's name am I really doing? How many dudes have done it with her? I wonder how her family is like. Do I see myself being with this girl for the rest of our lives? I knew this was going to happen. Out of all people, she had to say it. What in God's name am I really doing? So I shifted into third gear, as things are going better than expected. Her grunts and groans turns into yeses and moans, asking me when my roommates are going to be home. And as I respond to her question within about an hour or so, she puts on a show with her grasping the sheets and her biting her lip, which ends up with me grasping myself, as I'm trying to hold in whatever is tingling down my hips, while my mind is thinking elsewhere. Is she really on the pill? What exactly did she get checked for? Are we gonna have an awkward morning conversation? And so I ask her to change position. And she says no. She's enjoying it as is. Ain't that the best thing a dude could hear though? She's enjoying it. But am I still enjoying myself? She's asking for more and more. Is she really clean? Am I gonna end up getting the right? I'm kicking into overdrive now. Do I go inside of her or do I make a mess all over her? She's on the pill though. Am I really asking myself this question? She's telling me to go harder. Am I ready to be a father?
No.
It's a cold evening in February, and yet my room is 84 degrees warm. Windows fogged up, sweat dripping down my forehead, her dripping all over my bed. She's talking crazy in my ear, breathing deeply in between lines. She's about to climax, and so am I. And as she tells me that she is, in coordination, that I tell her that I'm about to come to my senses that I just messed up. And so as I slow things down with our session, I ask her, who's your daddy? 5 years later, I'm saying to a 4-year-old boy, hi, nice to meet you. I'm your daddy.
Floating fluffy white clouds sail across the blue sky.
Behind, the gentle giant hands leaves to the warm air, swaying a jagged path into the children's hair.
As they leap from bar to bar, pretending to be ninjas, as they muster all their strength to not fall into the lava named sand.
Splashes of mud seep into the bladed rainforest beneath our feet.
No, don't fall. Mommy's here to help you. I got you. Look, please try again. I won't always be here the same way you came out of me. Look, Daddy's here to help you. Work, work, work.
The computers are down. The internet is down. Come on, Ryan, get up off the ground. Tie your shoes. Don't lie in the dog poop. And work is right. I gotta make this income take flight, or at least get up off the ground. Ryan!
Don't scream. Don't yell. Look, he fell, scraped his knee. Sadly, Daddy, don't you see? Blood trickling on the ground. Look, he's so profound. Standing there, covered in mud. Or is that who? Don't be ashamed, he's your son too. I didn't marry you to be a fool.
What's that supposed to mean? I can't make a mistake? Forget the heaven's sake, for his own sake. Teach him some dignity. You know, when we—
Charlie, when we first met, you'd do anything for me. Now everything. Now all you do is sit and watch TV. You check out that TV more than you do me.
I bet you didn't envision children spilling Cheerios all over this wood deck that I so kindly laid with these bare hands.
With these hands, we interlock, with matching rings as our children sing. You know, when we wrote our vows, you promised we'd be happy, but I'm not.
When our children sing? When do our children ever sing? They scream. Listen one more time what your rock dad is and tell me what you hear. Is it clear? No, wait, listen here. What's up with this grocery list? Bananas, cereal, zucchini, and KitchenAid. I bought you a whiz last week. I'm all aid in the kitchen you need.
I know you're a good father, but husband? Seriously. Wife before kids. Your priorities have shifted.
Shifted? Better believe I've lifted these kids upon a pedestal to better you and I. Plus, they are more important than us. They are our greatest accomplishment.
Our greatest accomplishment is when our marriage passes the test and trials in life with our children by our side.
You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're right.
I know. There was a reason for the many seasons in our life. Hearts wounds bent me. There was a reason I said yes the second time. Accepted that rock, your promise.
I knew there was a reason for Miss Morning. It was like a never-ending dawn. Read the card, Jolton, same old. But just a daydream of you, the brightest light bulb, our true. Commitment of two, just me and you.
Holy matrimony, providence, one flesh. Who would have guessed? The answer to my prayers since kindergarten. Knight in armor, Prince Shiner.
If I just take one more step, I want to live like you want me to. If I just hold on, I will feel so neglected, disrespected. Forgive me, but I thought these wounds would be protected. But I've been pushed down, pushed out, and pushed over, and walked on. Dear God, this is my fourth letter. This shit ain't got no better. My face can't get no better. If I could just get some shelter, I won't feel no rain, rain, rain. I won't see no pain, pain, pain. And it's a shame, shame, damn shame. You can no longer mind read. I can feel my throat bleed. I just did a good deed. Dear God, dear God, dear God, unlock these chains and lock my arms around the love you promised me. Hear me, see me, impede me from losing all, losing all, losing all control.
All I can do. Dream back days of soft silhouettes running alongside draped sheet lines aligned one after another, after another. Another day of looking at blank canvases, trying to retrace such skylines on the backs of black silhouettes, hoping to find that American dream so lovingly sketched into the back of our ancestors' minds. So well that they carved mastermind pieces onto the backlids of their eyes, so when they cried, tears streamed down bloodlines, staining blank canvases with pictures of unfulfilled wishes, like fishermen casting nets of unfound fishes. Can you fish out that hook that hung next on tree branch? Shelves filled with books like the books you judge based on the color of its cover. Throw it in the fire because you can't read it. Push it to the back because you're too ignorant to heed it. You don't recall being called worthless because you are worth far more than cotton picking slaves, yes. It is a bit hard for you to picture what we paint back for you to remember because you never want to admit to
so our dreams would come through quicker. But after you grew out of Lulu and I grew out of bunk beds, we no longer hold hands. On Saturday mornings, we end up bumping heads like two knives in different sheds. If I could just find that fork in the road where your car was told to make an immediate left where I went right, maybe we wouldn't have to fight. I looked for my salvation in books that took me to places I'd never been, and you looked within and found yours on the stoop where you buried your friends and made lots of loot. I often wonder, how do I plan to save the world when I couldn't help you? But the first you look to dedicate your life to turns to say hate to you, you feel the betrayal of 1,000 lies. But by the 5th time, I wish I would have realized when the tears subside, you were really saying you hated yourself. If nothing else, it would have hurt a little less. But I'm going to send you a 4-page letter so we can put this to rest. And I know we inhabit the best, but hunger pains never took from me and you. And you're hurting now, but you'll see it through. And after rough times, growth will ensue. And remember that it's the cold nights that make the morning dew. And I know that those hands that I used to hold still have a place for me. I know that my little brother can still make space for me. And I know you'll never be safe enough for me, but my protection wasn't for you, it was for me. And little brother, I know that times get hard, just keep your mind on God and stay clear of danger and harm, and you'll get along. I sing my song for little brothers out there in the streets, struggling to make ends meet, gotta hold the heat, struggling so hard to compete, stay clear to danger and harm. It's a beautiful dawn, try to stay strong and keep moving on, keep moving on, keep.
I'd like to dedicate this next piece to my dear Frankie, who passed away this past December. Think of me shorter, no acne. You know, you see the child with the parted hair, who could be the Daniel in the den, or the David with the sling, at 5 years old, but probably not. Gosh darn it, don't you know I'm old enough to know my spot? It's playing mommy and daddy, even though you're my cousin. It's all good in the gated neighborhood where we live, because Big Pop's got me covered on my sins. Wait, don't worry, I know edition. 98, 99, 2002. Run off the pounds in the name of God. Will I survive on pride that's flushed down on Sunday? Survive on pride that's flushed down on Sunday? Are you confused? Because I know I am. Mommy, I thought you said Daddy loved us. Yes, honey. It's unconditional. Then why'd you choke the meaning on the rest? The rest? The rest? Flatline. Well, I guess she was kind of old anyway. As long as he... Oh, come on, Ma, you gonna let him do that to you? It's only been 4 years, then he did it again, pulling on his hair out, clump by clump. I know my real dad wouldn't have pulled that stunt. It's all but force trauma and emotional trauma year after year. Root, click. Garza Irma, pronounced dead at 666. I mean 6 past 7, but don't worry, she's up there with Daddy in heaven. So if we're made in his image, where are his fingers and toes? His heart and liver, so I can make maneuver and never trip as I sip on his blood, cause as soon as I swallow his eyes whole, I'll know, yes, I will know what he sees as his whole world bleeds.
We have another audience participation piece for y'all. Before we continue, 2 things. One, shout out to Lawrence To Go, better known as Takeout. He was a part of this production, but last second opted not to fulfill the rest of the show. But he's supposed to be on this stage along with us 9 people here today. Number 2, whenever me or Bill, or the combination of us both, raise our hand, you respond with, "That's what she said." All right? So, for example, "That's what she said." You want to try it, Bill? That's what she said. That's what she said. All right. You're too small. That's what she said.
It's so hard.
That's what she said. You stronger than yours.
That's what she said. Why do I always have to be on top?
That's what she said. You need to lose weight.
That's what she said. You need to be more outgoing. Why can't you just be like one of my friends and just do whatever I want to do? That's what she said.
You need to stop being such a homebody. You need to get out more and go hang out with your friends.
That's what she said. Can you call me at 6:30 tomorrow, even though I know you don't wake up until like 10? But I just want to hear your voice first thing in the morning. That's what she said. You're too skinny. I mean, I know I told you to lose weight, but I mean, I thought you'd work out and then turn into something like Jason from Twilight, Jacob from Twilight. I forget his name, but he's got all the muscles, you know? But now you just look like Justin Bieber. I mean, I don't have Bieber fever, but, well, if only you could sing like Trey Songz.
Why do you watch ESPN so much? Why can't we watch something like the Oxygen Channel? Or better yet, Lifetime. They have good movies on there. I know. Let's watch the Food Network. Which reminds me, can you do the dishes, please?
You and your video games. Maybe instead of playing racing car games all day long, you could get an Evo or a Subaru and spend your time on that. And then we could go shopping. And I don't care if you're embarrassed walking around with me at Forever 21. And no, you can't come in the fitting room with me, even though, you know, I might, you don't want to check it out. But, you know, I don't want you to be saying I look good or I look beautiful unless you really mean it. I mean, I'd rather get the opinion of a stranger. Well, maybe one of your friends to come with.
I told you not to cut your hair. I was going to braid it when it got long. And at the same time, I could have taught you how to do mine as well. But don't worry, I plan on cutting my hair later. I'm thinking Rihanna. Oh, nah. Oh, wait. Why can't you rap like Drake? Instead of talking about, you know, A Tribe Called Quest, Zion I, Most Def, Bone Thugs and Harmony all day long. It's a shame.
And then can I come with you to that concert next month? What's it called? Rock the Hells? That's what she said. But what we say is,
for you to let us be us.
And even though we know that every single woman is different,
So are we.
so ladies, please make up your minds.
Because us gentlemen really do listen to what you guys say. That's what she said.
But if you truly love me, then you will love the fruit of my womb because they are a part of you.
I do love you. But what would I say to a brown-skinned child with hair as coarse as blankets of wool?
You would tell her you love her more than you love the dark chocolate you eat 4 times a day and fill her life with Hershey's Kisses.
But I'm not buying a candy bar. I'm raising a child. A child.
That will look like me, think like you, and love harder than both of us.
Because she'll live harder than both of us. An Asian child with black features and no side to choose.
Who says she has to choose?
I do. Who will be her role models? Whose history will she learn? Whose culture will she relate to?
She will fight like Muhammad Ali.
Lee.
She'll have the imagination of Borneo, the poetry of Maya Angelou, and the love for rice cake and hot water cornbread.
A yin and yang of a soul.
Food.
This mixture of ingredients will clip the wings of her aspirations made numb by the bee stings of racial slurs.
She'll aspire to reach the multi-story peaks of Mount Everest and return with multiple stories of how her strength and wisdom defeated the leverage of the internalized biggest word and allow her to laterally escape the chains that bound her to a
world full of reality that will break the hands of unity, keeping her bolted down to one floor. Floored by the band-aid sealing her one gateway to enlightenment. Lost in translation, from hate to consternation, immediately imploding, taking in with her the world she'll have to make for herself.
I think you're hiding.
Hiding?
Hiding behind the invisible cloak of unreasoned minds and antique social rules, only to amass unearned feelings of expected failure. Without reason, you and only to reveal merits of apprehension. That doesn't make you precautious. That makes you a coward.
So what?
So what?
If you think I'm a coward, Harry Potter picked and chose his battles to be Voldemort in the end, didn't he? Sorry for the spoilers to this picturesque heirloom of a lifestyle you hold to so tightly under this happy-go-lucky facade for this all shades of brown mentality. I built my walls to keep out the bowling balls chucked at this funhouse of preparedness that makes me cautious of the indifference the cowards out there put against us.
And in those battles fought by Mr. Potter, we fought on the ground of love and purpose. That humbles the facades of gleeful creatures empowered by the funhouse's visions. But at least we have visions. At least our ideas remain buoyant in a damp, stagnant river, ready for the constant current of change. And when that dam cracks from the constant pressure, my question for you is, which side of the wall will you be standing on? Beneath the rushing waters of the attacking villagers with hammering away at the rushing water, or of the hydrated molecules of hope, hydrated for change?
Well, what about the baby?
The baby will be filled with love and surrounded by people who want to distract her from using that love, just like anyone else.
And then what do we do? She's so distracted by the outputs of her mold that she can't find the inner peace we both want her to have.
She will vigilantly guide her spirit above the shadows of the redwood trees and intentionally remind herself that her color is as intertwined as our interlocked fingers.
Two cultures are better than one, to bring the world to saving grace and break the bonds of reality.
I stabbed the hearts of beautiful people by insulting them by saying one is more beautiful than the other, and accomplice no other. Magazines and media tell me the latest hysteria, who's in style, the one most in the author's guide.
And a magazine is your manual? The logic behind your moral compass? It wasn't his choice, but his will. Why do you pity him with that look of disgust?
I betrayed the author who wrote him. I betrayed humanity by thinking of him less than I should.
As far as I can see, this is beauty. The definition of it. Your definition of beauty enters the line of artificiality and materialism. For those that see with their hearts, this disabled child has a drive to live past and succeed through burdens that arise, burdens that by far surpass our own.
Beautiful child, when he was in my arms, the potential I normally would have saw was barricaded by the vacated definition of the value of humanity. I was blind to see because I was in love with the idea of a poster child instead of the unique face of this deformed child. He is the most beautiful.
Indeed. Learn from him. Challenging, yes, but love unconditionally. For we can all learn from those who can't walk. They run with their dreams, run wild, allowing every gust of air to push them closer to the sense of. For those who can't see, create their own world, a vibrant vision where the sky has no limit. For those who can't hear, they pick up vibrations that pull heartstrings.
Hear sounds more vibrant to the heart. Silence is music. For those who can't speak, always provide a listening ear. Silence is a podium.
For those who can't think with their minds, think with their hearts.
Passion and sincerity most apparent.
Use this as your manual, not those magazines that magnify deception, and fix your eyes to the real definition. Beauty lies within.
You see right through me, just something like a visor. You see the true pain behind the real name, Ryza.
I cast in my vote for your promises. Fist to my face, a bloody coward. You yell the rhetorical devices held in your fist in ocean flowers.
Living life finding the promise I never mastered. Always catch myself lying and catching all the hell. Time on my mind watching globe spin faster. I write to make it better. Time with Andrielle.
Deception, lies, trust and honor. The value has found to the water, into the well I am. Well I am not, but well off to no longer being thick and anonymous. Thick hidden and blind to the beauty around me, a lust that has lived inside of me, grabbing at my death. Now I'm letting go of that life. It's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
Choked off the mic just got you quieter than the start of this event. I really only wanted y'all to just sit there so I could vent. You're probably thinking, the
what's she doing in America? She don't even like it here, but I'ma stay here and speak my mind, cause what I'm saying is real. Cause what I'm saying is real. Cause what I'm saying is real. Choked out the mic just got you quieter than the start of this event. Remember my name, 2 letters to get your mind straight, V.O.
I want y'all to hear me, and my message said, you gotta have more than time just invested. My name is DollaBillz, and like that.
Outspoken, you heard my side of the word. Rhymes written, a story so unsuspected, a changing friend, a brand new truth. I stand corrected on 7th spectrum.
It's all polished. Make believe we've all got it. The relationship with trust is strictly platonic, ever strictly platonic, ever strictly platonic. Betrayal is like hail through your front car window, but fuck with either one leaves your body in limbo. It's simple. I'm more like a hoop, leaving holes in your brains like ice cream scoops.
You asked for a yes, unnaturally sought. Mistrust in love, lust, a heartbreak so tragic. Feelings all lost for years, tears we fought, fed up, and displaced by randomized logic.
So stick with us, 5 minutes intermission, go to the bathroom, get stuff, whatever you want.